Have you ever wondered how it is to travel in a luxurious way? This is a question that many people ask themselves. However, it's not an easy thing to do. But what if I told you that this is not actually true? There is a new way in where you can achieve traveling in a luxurious way and also for free. To make this a reality, we have the Capital One Venture X. This credit card made luxury travel accessible and even free. The Capital One Venture X can be considered a top-tier credit card alongside with more expensive credit cards such as the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the American Express Platinum. And even though that the Capital One Venture X is considered a top-tier credit card with a hefty effective annual fee, Capital One Venture X has a big differentiator that the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the American Express Platinum do not, is that the Capital One Venture X has a possibility for you to reduce the effective annual fee in a way that you actually make $5 every year with basically no effort. So starting with the annual fee, the Capital One Venture X has a very expensive effective annual fee of $395 a year. And this is why it's considered a top-tier credit card. And I know it sounds like a lot of money. However, this credit card offers different options for you to reduce the effective annual fee to zero and even making $5 a year just by owning it with basically no effort. You might ask, how is this even a possibility? But once I go through the different benefits that the Capital One Venture X offers, you will understand what I mean. And let me start talking about the welcome bonus. The Capital One Venture X has a welcome bonus of 75,000 points after you spend $4,000 on the first 3 months from account opening. In addition, this credit card offers $300 annual travel credit, and will you receive this amount back in statement credits after you purchase plane tickets or hotels through the Capital One travel portal. Also, you'll receive 10,000 anniversary bonus points every year just by keeping this credit card open starting on your first year. This 10,000 points equals $100 towards travel. And lastly, you have $100 on global entry or 3SA pre-check credit. All these credits that I just mentioned will literally make you profit just by owning this credit card. Because as you can see, the only credit that you actually have to make an effort is the $300 statement credits that you receive every year for traveling, for hotels or plane tickets purchased through the Capital One travel portal. But if you're planning to get this credit card, you should assume that you're going to spend at least $300 every year on either plane tickets or hotels. So the effort basically consists on you traveling. This is already $300 that you're making every year. Also, the 10,000 anniversary bonus points that are equal $100 only by having this credit card open. So, combining these two benefits, you're already equaling $400 that you will receive just by having the Capital One Venture X. And if you subtract the effective annual fee of $395, you're virtually making $5 in profit every year. And this is not including the benefit of the TSA pre-check or the global entry, in which basically you can actually make a profit of $105 on your first year with this credit card. So having to know about these benefits makes this credit card already a good deal for basically everyone that wants to travel. And this is the main reason why I love the Capital One Venture X so much. It's just how easy it is to reduce the effective annual fee for a top-tier credit card. Now I'm going to talk about the point earning categories, and the Capital One Venture X is actually very straightforward. It only offers you 3 opportunities for you to earn points, and they're very easy and very good. You can get 10 points on hotels booked through the Capital One travel portal, 5 points on flights booked through the Capital One travel portal, and 2 points on any other purchase. Basically, this credit card is set up in a way that earning points is very easy, especially the hotel points, which is 10 points for every dollar that you spend on hotels booked through the Capital One travel portal, which I think is amazing. Not many credit cards offer you the opportunity to make 10 points a dollar on hotels, so this makes this credit card even better. And as you can see so far, there's not a difficult science behind this credit card. For all the benefits that I just mentioned, basically everyone can own the Capital One Venture X, reduce the effective annual fee in a way that you can actually make profit and be able to earn some points with the 3 point earning categories that the Capital One Venture X offers. Of course, I will recommend you to have this credit card only if you're actually planning to spend the $300 statement credit on travel every year. If you do, then this credit card can make a lot of sense for you to own. And for the following benefits, This is what gives you the opportunity to enjoy the luxurious benefits that the Capital One Venture X has for you, and it starts with the lounges. Capital One has its exclusive airport lounge called the Capital One Lounge, and as of the recording of this video, there's only one Capital One lounge existing, and it's located in the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. There are plans to have more Capital One lounges open in Denver and in Washington, but this is something that we'll have to wait in the future. In my own experience, I live in Dallas and I've had the chance to go into the Capital One lounge, and I can tell you it's great. I really enjoyed it. It's very comfy. They offer great food, drinks, and you have the opportunity to relax while you wait for your flight. But if you do not live in Dallas, Capital One offers you the opportunity to be a Priority Pass member, where it gives you access to more than 1,300 airports around the world, in which you can enjoy the benefits of waiting in an airport lounge in your local city, or if you're in another country. And personally, for the international travels that I've done in the past, I was able to use Priority Pass and have a very comfortable wait while I had to wait for my flight. So I can tell you that having the feature of the Capital One Lounge and Priority Pass, it's a great plus in having the Capital One Venture X. Also, something very important to mention about having the lounge access is that the Capital One Venture X gives you the option that you can bring 2 guests with you to the Capital One Lounge and also to the Priority Pass lounges. So if you're going to travel with friends or family, you're able to bring up to 2 people with you, which is very nice to have, since other credit cards might not offer this benefit as well. Other benefits that you can get from the Capital One Venture X is that you have free additional card holders where you can get up to 4 authorized users if you own this credit card. And what's great about this is that you can give this credit card to your family members as authorized user, where you can make even more points whenever you provide them with this credit card. Let's say if they want to purchase plane tickets or they want to purchase hotel stays with the Capital One portal, you're able to enjoy and get more points out of this. And also, if they want to have access to the Capital One Lounge or Priority Pass and you're not with them in that specific flight, they will be able to go into those lounges just by being an authorized user and having the Capital One Venture X with them. Other benefits are no foreign transaction fees. Points will not expire as long as you have this credit card open. Cell phone protection, in which you'll be covered up to $800 if your cell phone gets stolen or damaged. Miles redemption, in which also you'll have the benefit of transfer partners, and referral bonuses, in where basically you can earn points only by referring your friends to apply to this credit card. Other benefits that I think are very important to mention are different type of insurances that the Capital One Venture X offers, in which basically you can be covered from different incidents that may happen at the time of travel. And just by having this benefit, it can save you a great deal of money from unexpected events that may happen, and where Capital One Venture X actually reimburses them for the amounts that they have to use to cover for some emergencies that they have at the time of a travel. Some of the different insurances that the Capital One Venture X offers are primary rental car coverage, trip cancellation and interruption coverage, lost luggage reimbursement, and travel accident insurance. I've seen situations in where your trip can get canceled and it's late at night and you have to stay throughout the whole day in that specific airport. So this is where having these insurances can actually be very helpful. Because let's say you need to book an hotel, a taxi to go to that specific hotel and get dinner, this type of insurances will basically cover all of those expenses and you can save a lot of money from it. So do not underestimate this great feature. And there's also many other benefits that the Capital One Venture X has that makes this credit card a top tier and luxurious credit card to have. You have the Capital One Dining and Capital One Entertainment, in which basically you have exclusive access to reservations and exclusive access to pre-sale tickets for both entertainment and dining. The Capital One Venture X also gives you complimentary access to Prior, which is like a travel guide that can help enhance and improve your travel experience. Also, membership to the Cultivist, in where you get access to the 60 world best museums with a 6-month complimentary membership, and also you get $300 with Gravity House, and basically it's an experience where you will be provided with hotel accommodation and some premium gear access for you to go skiing, and many other benefits that can be very valuable for a lot of people. So after going through the benefits that the Capital One Venture X offers, Sometimes I ask myself, how is it even possible that a credit card like this exists in the first place? Capital One basically wanted to compete with the other monsters such as the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the American Express Platinum by providing customers the opportunity to also enjoy this luxury, but in a cheaper and easier way. Of course, there are some benefits that the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the American Express Platinum offers that the Capital One Venture X does not, but as you can see, this credit card is very great and very competitive against this other that I just mentioned. So, to conclude, the Capital One Venture X, it's a great top-tier and luxurious credit card and easier to use for a lot of people. I would recommend this credit card on top of the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the American Express Platinum only by looking at the ease of use and how easy it is to reduce the effective annual fee. I try to rank the credit cards by this logic of the effective annual fee. However, both the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the American Express Platinum can be a great credit card for a lot of people too. At the end of the day, it will all come down to your own personal preference and the expenses that you do on an everyday basis. And like I always mention, you gotta make sure that you make your own research and understand this credit card more in depth to see if it makes sense for you. Personally, I've got great value out of the Capital One Venture X and I do recommend this credit card. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel, hit the thumbs up, I will greatly appreciate it and it will help my channel a lot. If you have any questions, please leave it on the comments, I will make sure that I respond and I really hope to see you soon.